Now you just accept Sabrina. There. And once she's in.
Hey.
Hey guys. Hi,
Hi, Sabrina.
Allie. Hi. Okay, so is everyone watching right now? Is this how this works?
It's live.
Okay. Hi guys.
Hi. So we got a few.
I would have my dog in my lap, but she's getting her teeth cleaned, so no one gets to experience Monkey.
Oh, well, they're just going to have an excuse to start watching your Periscopes with Monkey.
I guess so. How you doing?
I'm good. It's nice to actually talk to you face to face.
I know. I'm going to turn my phone off so it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
That text might have been from me.
Actually, it was from a friend. Actually, hey, Allie. Yeah, respond to Alexa and let her know she should come by at like 3. Yeah, I got one of our former seniors is coming by to visit today before she goes off to school.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. Very excited to see her. So let's see.
So this is cool. I'm seeing the 5 now watching, 21 viewers. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. We'll have more people that will join in the room. I see Mark is down there. I don't know who else. Let's see, who else is here?
I think my mom just popped up. Mom, you can't, she's not on a video. She doesn't know if she has video chat. I don't see, I can't see that she's here. I see Mark Barris is here. Hey, Mark. Hi, Mark.
And then
now my mom is here.
Sadie is here. Your mom is here? Nice. Well, okay, so for the people who are here, and I am recording this too.
Okay.
So we will have this. I want to get a few more people in the room before I start. Like, I don't want to have to repeat myself. I know I'll have to. So we'll give it another minute. We'll let a few more people in.
Okay.
So that's cool.
Sorry, Mark.
Hi there, Mark. So you see, hey, Vicky.
Oh, good.
Vicky's
hi, Vicky. I don't know any of these people, but I'll just say hi.
Vicky's awesome. Vicky's in New York City. Her handle is my big fat mouth. And
I see that now.
Oh yeah, there it is. Hey, Vicky. And we actually met Vicky.
It's so interactive. I like this thing.
It's so interactive. It's awesome.
Super interactive.
And then you'll see in your little corner here those little feels. People can tap on you and give you love. Like it's like they don't call, what do they call them now? Props. They're props now. They used to be called feels, now they're called props. So if people want to give you props, they can tap on you and give you props, and then your prop count will climb. Yeah, see, you're getting props now.
Oh, there we go. Well, thanks, Vicky.
There you go. We met Vicky in New York City. She's great. We had breakfast with her. She lives right by the Freedom Tower.
Nice.
Locks lady, yes.
Nice.
She had like 2 pounds of locks for us.
3.
They should call it 3 pounds of locks. Yeah, they should call them high fives. Okay, so let's kind of set the stage here.
Okay.
For those of you just joining in, Vicky, Mark, and whoever else, invite people. Let's get the room filled. Sabrina, we originally met Sabrina. Sabrina, we met you really by our first connection was with your mom. Monty Must is Sabrina's mom. She's a fantastic photographer and an even more fantastic lady, and she lives in town here. We actually play in the same space. Her studio, like ours, is a very high-end, experiential, lower volume type studio where she gives a really great full personal experience to every one of her clients. So in theory, we compete with Monty, but we've never felt like competition. She's always been a great supporter of ours, and every time she's in our mall, she stops in the studio, and she's always given us great advice. We met her in Nashville at a photography convention, and we've been friends ever since. So,
well, where your studio is, it was where I used to go, where all of us Must girls used to go to get our hair cut. So we used to pass by, and it was like, an experience. Now the mall, Orchard Mall, has a lot more like high end stores. But in the back in the day, it was a lot of those stores are empty or just kind of random. So it was like, oh, photography studio.
Nice. When we moved in here,
that's how I remember you guys originally.
That's very cool. I mean, this place was half empty when we moved in.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Exactly. So, okay. So in the meantime, Sabrina is an extremely accomplished author. And I listen, your book, Must Girls Love,
I know.
was amazing for me. And it was one of these books where it really impacted me a lot. And Sabrina's family, they suffered a really horrific tragedy when Sabrina's sister committed suicide. And she wrote a whole memoir about that whole time and how their family dealt with it. And it's one of these things where, it's a harrowing tale, but I actually felt like I benefited from reading the story. And since then, Sabrina has also collaborated with her mom, Monty, on a couple of books called Living Witnesses about Holocaust survivors. And she's now blogging and she's doing a lot of stuff. So that's why I wanted to get her on here, Sabrina. I wrote that book review about Must Girls Love. It's actually, I have a copy of it right here.
There it is.
And so I encourage everybody to check that out on our blog. And I just wanted to get you, Sabrina, get your take on kind of the experience of publishing, writing that book, collaborating with your mom, and your continued writing, and kind of where that's taken you and what kind of doors it's opened up, or how it's changed you and contributed to your writing career.
Yeah, absolutely. So with Must Girls Love, I wasn't really planning on writing books during undergrad. It just, so when my sister died and I was, maybe a month before I was graduating, it just kind of happened. And then the collaboration with my mom with the Holocaust books, that was kind of, Must Girls Love was kind of my way to grieve, and my mom used the Holocaust books as kind of her way to grieve my sister's death. And so it just kind of, it threw me into the process of how to write books, how to edit books, where to get things printed, the marketing of it, the rejections of it, just kind of the whole book writing business. And from there, I've just, I took a somewhat decent break from writing. I just wanted to feel like inspired again about topics. So just over the past, I guess year, I started working on my own stuff again. And it's always, whether it's heavier stuff like Must Girls Love, we're talking about suicide and grief in general, family dynamics, or much lighter stuff, kind of the humorous anecdotes of dating or sex, or even I just posted a blog post about my dog, and like our love for dogs and our family and how crazy we are about dogs and how we care for them as children. I mean, it's the scope of stories, it's the topics are so broad, but for me, it's always about how can I connect with the reader and how can I be very authentic in my voice. No matter the topic, or the seriousness or playfulness of the topic, I always like knowing that someone reads my stuff and still knows that it's my voice, if that makes sense. But it's always, kind of working through issues, whether it's something, serious like Must Girls Love, or kind of silly and playful like a blog post or what. So did that answer your question, Doug?
Oh, that did answer it. And actually, just to follow up on that, did you did you find that, the way people connected with Must Girls Love, maybe the reactions that you got, to your point about how they connected with your voice and your perspective in such an intense way have you been able to see that be kind of like a framework for how you connect with people when you write now?
Yeah. The way that people connected with, this is kind of strange on the screen because you're over here and I can see that I have to look at you, but then I'm not looking at the viewers.
No, I like want to look at you.
So I am actually paying attention. Yeah, so when I wrote Musk Girls Love, I try to really commit myself to being as honest as possible, despite like a lot of fear in some of the subject matters. And because of the reactions I got from readers, it was so beyond positive and reassuring. It kind of reinforced the purpose of what I was trying to do. And so now today, you know, I might have that thought of like, it might be a little overshare. But every time that I overshare to people, it's like I get that reaction of thank you. Like I appreciate you being honest with me, you know, because I experience that and no one ever says it. It's kind of like how I am in like with dating men. Like I just say what I'm thinking and it gets me in trouble all the time. But a lot of times I get the reaction of, wow, like thanks for being so straightforward. And that's how my writing is, or that's at least how I try to make pieces, you know, come across.
Well, I think that's...
I would say that's how the Musk Girls Love inspired, and Living Witnesses inspired just me to stay consistent with how I write, as opposed to writing something, getting kind of backlash like, whoa, that was way too much. Anytime you get positive reinforcement for something when you put yourself out there, it's making sure that you stick to that the next time, or if anything, just go even deeper, which is always nice.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I think it's funny because I've seen some of the stuff like on Facebook. There have been some very funny.
Yeah.
There's been some really fun back and forth stuff on there, but I think it resonates when you just kind of speak your mind and you're not too worried about, you know, pushing people's buttons or pushing the envelope a little bit, because I think that's real and I think people respond to that. And I think go ahead.
No, go. I was gonna say there are some posts that I will purposely hide certain, like, you know, if I'm like referencing some guy or something, I will hide him from something because I do have some type of, I have a filter. It's just, you know, it's limited. I should say that's maybe the best way to put it. But yeah, well, ruffle some feathers, I guess.
But I think that's good. I mean, I think to take that a step further, and this is actually, I think, an interesting kind of subtopic, the more I think about it, for people who have connected with an audience through writing, especially publishing as an author with a long work, to then come on in a live streaming environment like this and to be able to connect with people in real time. I think the people, at least from my experience, and I think some of the people chatting here would probably agree, and I'm going to bring, just for everybody who's chatting, I want you to know, like, shortly I'm going to start bringing people in one by one into the seat just to maybe come in, interact, contribute, ask a question, and then pop out, because we've got about a 1 hour slot here. We're going to try to wrap this up by 2:00 p.m. Eastern time, so I want to be able to bring people in and out to answer questions. But I think as people come in and out, you'll see that I find the people who thrive, and whether it's because you're trying to grow and build something or just trying to make friends and connect, I think in a live streaming environment like this, it's being real, that people will connect with. They can tell when you're live, just like when you meet someone in person, whether you're dating or whatever it is. If you come in on here and talk about, it's that realness and being able to communicate like that and be able to speak your mind that people do respond to.
It's very easy to present yourself. You can create this persona. I mean, you reference dating. I mean, this is how it is all the time. It says, like, I'm 29 and single. I've been dating for a decade, so I get it. But, you know, someone can look good in their photos. Someone can say everything all witty on text message, even sound decent on the phone. And then you meet them in person, and there's either an energy about them that you just vibe with, or an honesty about them, or whatever it may be, or it's just not there. same thing when you meet someone, you know, you read someone's book, and I get this a lot, like some random person will read the book, and I love when people reach out to me and kind of tell me how they're like, how my book affected them or benefited them or whichever. And I can tell that they feel like really connected to me. And there's that part of me that wishes I could actually meet them, because I think that almost solidifies the connection. It's one thing to read words, which is awesome, but if you actually are trying to like connect on a human emotional level, I think seeing and like being physically next to someone, you can't recreate that experience. So
yeah, well, and
someone's giving you high fives again.
Someone's giving you props.
Someone was giving you high fives. Yeah, someone was giving you the little.
Well, it's funny, to your point. Periscope has brought so many people together in ways that is so close to that. I mean, it's virtual, but it's so, you know, you're really seeing people talk in real time and almost in real life, even though you're not in a room together shaking hands. But a lot of people on Periscope, because of the way they've connected here, have organized these meetups. And we went to our first one when we traveled to New York City, and we met about 25 people at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square.
Is that when you met Vicky?
Yeah, we met. That is where we met Vicky in person, along with a handful of other people. And when everyone got into the room, it was very surreal, because these were people that had met each other live, virtually. And all of a sudden, they were all physically in a room together, and it wasn't weird at all. It was like we were already friends, because we'd already interacted and engaged in a live, real-time, living, breathing fashion. And we actually went back to Vicky's for breakfast the following day after the meetup, and she actually told us her brother took his own life when they were teenagers, and we were talking about that. And Vicky, you know, Vicky's hilarious. I mean, if you ever connect with her on her scopes, she's a character, and she's got a lot to say.
Yeah, no, Vicky, I'm writing a blog post and just heard my name. And I will definitely check you out for sure.
Vicky, do you want to come into the room? Can we bring Vicky in for a minute?
Do it. My bro was 18 when he took his life.
All right,
How old were you, Vicky?
I'm going to open the seat.
Well, can she add the video or no?
How do I open the seat, Allie? Oh, it's open seat. It is open. Oh, it's open seat. It is open.
It says open.
Vicky, jump in. Vicky, jump in.
She has to go get a hat. She must not have done her hair. There she is.
You only saw.
We don't care. We don't care what you look like, Vicky. Should I go get my bicycle helmet too? Hold on one second.
We can give the props now. There's some props now. There's some props. And the pants.
I'm getting some feedback. Are you? I'm getting some feedback.
There we go. We're ready.
Today's helmet.
The thing is I don't really wear the helmet, so if I should take a picture of myself wearing this helmet right now, so my dad would be happy with me.
Oh my God, you need to wear the helmet. You need to wear the helmet.
I know. It's actually really comfortable. It's kind of like a skater type helmet.
Right.
She's cutting out. I actually have that speaker too.
Vicky, you're cutting out. If you can hear us, you're cutting out. Hear us. You're echoing.
You're cutting out a little bit. Nope, can't hear you.
Vicky, maybe jump out, refresh it, and jump back. Okay, so am I better now? Okay, so am I better now? Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, I'm still.
I've been able to hear you. It's something with her. It's something with her thing. I'll just keep this thing on. Why not?
It's weird because I'm still getting.
You're getting a little bit of an echo.
What you need to do is you need to drop out, refresh, and it won't stop. It won't stop. It won't stop.
I'm gonna drop out.
I'm just gonna stay here, okay? I'm here. I'll talk to everyone else for a few minutes. Go ahead. If everyone else that's watching, maybe you could write. If you guys don't want to jump into the seats, you could write little Ryan Billilo. Hi, Ryan. Any guy that comes in, I'm going to say hello to. Oh, there you go. Vicky, you can jump back up.
Okay, I'm back. Do I still
No
have
echo. No echo.
There you go. That's a little bit better, I think. No?
I have a little echo on my end.
No.
But okay.
It's echoing. It's echoing. I can't. This thing is, I'm so hot. It's so hot outside. There's Vicky's coming on.
I don't know.
Hello?
Vicky, I was getting too hot with my helmet.
Sabrina.
Headphones with a mic helps a lot. Headphones with a mic helps a lot. Where I think my Bluetooth might still be on. I'm going to turn my speaker on.
I'm on and ready to go. I'm on and ready to go.
I'm looking for headphones. I don't really wear them.
I was fine for a while, and then all of a sudden,
Anybody?
Doug, why don't we see if maybe it's something that Vicky's computer is slowing it down. Maybe not.
Maybe. I'm going to try and do what I did a minute ago one more time.
Okay. I'm on. Let's see if this one's gonna work. I feel like I'm just talking to myself.
You kind of are.
Is that better?
People over there.
Yeah, I'm just kind of talking to myself. Or in
No echo.
my mind, I am more so. What's going on here?
No echo
All right.
for me. Okay, so I'm going to let Vicky back in one more time. You can hear me? Okay? You can't hear me?
It's delayed. It's delayed.
You know what? Patricia just said your voice might be picking up by someone else's mic. I'm plugged in, so maybe it's me.
So unplug.
But then you're still gonna hear me. So if I'm okay. So try
Patricia, maybe Patricia. His voice may be running through someone's speaker and it's being picked up by the person's mic.
Vicky says she can hear me. Can you hear me okay now?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can. Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Okay, I think we're better.
That's a little bit better.
Okay,
Right.
much better.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm still in the hat. But so you brought up, so my younger brother took his own life when he was 18. And it was so, I want that helmet, it's silver. It was so difficult for my family. And my mother became a volunteer for the AFP, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And she really, put her heart and soul into that. And we were so proud of her for living through it. It was hard. It was really hard. Really.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was 25. 7 years old. I was 25 and I was married.
Yeah.
Bad year. I was 25 and I was married. I'll never forget the call, of course. It was the middle of the night. My father-in-law had called and I picked up the phone. I said hi. And it was Herb. And he said, can you put Steve on the phone? So we put my husband on the phone and he told him and, it was a disaster.
Yeah.
See my family. It was
Yeah.
and you never forget it. It's just
There's,
so hard.
I mean, any time that you lose someone, I've lost high school friends or grandparents and aunts and my mom's best friends and that kind of thing. But there is something, in my experience, there's just something so different with suicide. Just the fact that you can't say goodbye, and I don't know, there's that you can't seem, I've never been able to really grapple with the idea that my sister's just gone. And I think that has been the common experience anytime that I connect with someone that has lost someone to suicide, sibling, parent, whatever it may be. And that was kind of the experience I really wanted to capture in the memoir, because I just did not feel like people really talk about it. It's just a very silent. What'd you say, Vicki?
Now people don't talk about it, and even just the word.
Yeah, people don't talk about it. People
killed himself, and I use the phrase he took his own life. People don't want to admit it. People always say, "Oh, was he depressed?" Yeah, it's like I don't even think the question even should come into play. Yeah, everyone that commits suicide is depressed. There's no question. You can't be happy and say, "Oh, you feel like that."
Yeah. No,
Right. When Robin Williams died, I'm going to post this actually. When Robin Williams died, I wrote a story about how his suicide, affected me. Brought up feelings of my brother and all. So, but I'll post it.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to see the way that I have put it into writing, and I take off my hat to you, but my hair is a disaster. I take off my hat to you, Sabrina, for being able to write a book. I'm sure it's got to be so emotional the whole time, just thinking about your sister, which is good. It's all good, and then putting yourself in the place where was she, 5 minutes before she actually took her own life. I'm sure you got to put yourself there and felt like, what was she feeling? Like, why wasn't I there? Everything.
Mm-hmm. It's all, it was all those emotions. And I almost revisit, I have this weird habit. It's usually around her death anniversary, but I'll revisit the book and I'll read through it every evening or whatever. And that's what it is. It's, you just replay it over and over and over. But I think that's like the beauty of a lot of writing, because you can go back and you can, whether it's like your sibling suicide or a post about a fight with your parent or whatever it may be, and just connecting emotionally, and then just sitting and crying by yourself or with your boyfriend at the time or whatever, and just feeling like you're alive. Like I appreciate that sensation.
How long ago did she die?
It'll be 8 years in November. So I was 21. I was about to turn 22.
Right. And your parents are still alive?
She was. My parents are still alive.
And how are they doing?
It's been very hard on them.
Vicki, that's actually how we originally got. I don't know if you caught it at the beginning, but Sabrina's mom, Monty, is a fantastic photographer in town.
Oh, so did she get to the mall? She was shopping in the mall? I heard that part, I think.
Yeah, she always stops into the studio when she comes by, and she's always been really supportive, and we've always shared, stuff about the industry or about our studio. We've really, Monty's been great. So we are fans of all things Must.
All things Must. Look, and we're all Mishpucha. She's wearing her Star of David.
We're all Mishpucha.
My dad gave it to me. I don't know if you can read it, but it
it.
spells love.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I'm not very religious, but I adore my dad, so I wear it for him. I'm a daddy's girl.
And now you're daddy's little girl. Now you have to hold up the whole family, and it's actually a big responsibility when a sibling takes their life. You have to fill those shoes and be everything to the parent,
Yeah. No, I have 2 other sisters. There was 4 of us, but different dynamics between the different girls with my parents, and so it all just kind of, the dynamics definitely shifted in the family for sure, especially because my sister was the oldest.
Oh, sorry, what?
I said that dynamics definitely shifted in our family somewhat because my sister was the oldest, so it everything was just kind of like our places kind of changed. The guilt left my family deal up. I've been through it with 2 family members in recent life. I'm just reading Mark's tweet or comment.
And the truth is, Mark, it's, there's nothing, I believe this, because my husband's brother also took his own life. He died of a heroin overdose, but it was pretty much, it was going to happen. He was killing himself slowly. You can't You can't feel guilty because honestly, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing that any of us could have done to stop someone from taking their own life. When they make up that decision, you can maybe stop it in the interim, you could stop it in the short term, but if they're going to kill themselves, they're going to do it. And that's what I believe. And my feeling is that I'm going to get out after this. I feel like my brother is not in any pain anymore. He doesn't have to suffer with what life couldn't work out for him. Mm-hmm. Thinking as my brother-in-law, and that's how I have to look at it. It's like he's not in pain, and he's where he wanted to be. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Vicky. Mark's asking to jump in, so can I?
I'm saying out. Goodbye, Mark. We love you. We love you, and goodbye. Thank you, Sabrina. It's so nice to meet you. Doug, love you. See you guys soon.
Of course.
All right, so Mark's going to jump in real quick. Hey, Mark.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Mark. Oh,
nice
Mark
to meet
is
you.
prepared. Marcus, you're from everything else.
Sure. Yeah, thank you so much for talking about this, and I think you Sabrina, you have a great point about writing about stuff, about getting it down, getting it out. And not just keeping it inside, and talking about it, I think is wonderful because not to understate it, but it's a bummer. People don't like talking about it, unfortunately, and unless you find people that want to talk about it, it's kind of difficult to let it out. So you're blogging about it and all that. I think is awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, some of the blogs, some of them have been, I feel like with most of my writing, some of it always kind of comes back to my sister because so much changed in my life because of that experience.
I would imagine.
Some of the blogs are about her death and the effects of that. Some of them have nothing to do with it. But even when it has nothing to do with it, to me, it kind of does. There's always like an indirect relation to Maya died, this is why I moved here, or Maya died, this is how I feel about friends, or why I take care of my dog in the way that I do. Or, I mean, there's so many ways that everything is like interconnected just because of one experience. But yeah, no, I think it's really important. I mean, it's just, I feel like my whole life is about how can I be authentic and share, and for others, but at the same time, I mean, maybe selfishly, like it's also, it benefits me. It keeps me kind of sane and handling things in a healthy way. So
good.
For sure. Yeah.
No,
where are you right now, Mark? Are you home or are you at a library?
No, I'm in my office and in Huntington Beach, California.
Looks very professional.
Well, yeah, it's a green screen. I have fun with it sometimes and hangouts.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking it was.
Yeah, but it's. My son is. He has what's called a mood disorder. Well, it's not autism. It's called severe mood dysregulation. And when he was in kindergarten, I was the type of parent that said, I would never put my kid on drugs. Never. I'm not. That's just wrong, right? Well, in first grade, everything changed, and now he's, I mean, my God, he's on everything but roller skates. I mean, he's taken so many things, but they're all necessary. We've tried taking them off, and we're trying different things. But the problem is he's so socially awkward that he has so few interests. He's easily disappointed, I think is the word. So his attempt, I have to kind of laugh. He had a choice of taking a whole bottle of Ambien or a whole bottle of melatonin. So he chose the melatonin because he thought that wouldn't be as bad. But he said he was trying to tranquilize himself, and he was very sad. And I took my wife's advice and took him to the ER because she was worried about all that melatonin, which just for your information is never, it just goes right out of your body. But oh my God, I mean, now social services are involved, and we had to be, get all this stuff involved with, it's on his record now.
It's on his record now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was awkward.
It was awkward.
But anyway, let me take off my headset here. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, it's Doug. It's like delay. It's delayed for me, and I don't know why. But I mean, I can still help. You can still hear it, but yeah, I thought about. I'm reading these comments on the sidebar, and I guess I very much had that stance too. Like, I don't want to take any drugs. Even now, I don't want to take any drugs. I don't need anything. But I will say that about 2 years after my sister died, I was such an emotional wreck that I finally just kind of, it was like I was at my wit's end, and I was just like, fuck it. Excuse my language. I need something to help, just to kind of pick me up a little bit, so I could almost like not feel so foggy. So I'd actually work on issues. And for, a few years I was taking Prozac, and it helped. And it was like, then I just didn't need it anymore. However, like with my sister, I know a lot of people that take a very holistic approach, natural approach, like no drugs whatsoever. But Maya, she needed it. Like it was as if she was diabetic, she would have taken insulin, right? And that's kind of how I saw it. And if it's helping you be balanced and live a healthier lifestyle as a whole, maybe there's detriment in terms of like taking medication. That's just kind of my stance. I know that a lot of people are like super anti-drugs and some are pro-drugs. What are you saying, Mark?
No volume.
Doug, can you hear him?
Yeah,
no. I think you have to speak into the microphone, maybe. Maybe if you unplug the headphones might just have like an unplug. Mm-hmm.
Is that better?
Yeah, there.
Okay.
Is that better?
So much better. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of people have real high.
Get that delay again. The delay.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Hold on.
Okay.
It might not be you.
Okay. Now, how's that now?
Okay. How's that now?
Better. That's better. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, some people have real highs and real lows. And there's a lot of undiagnosed bipolar people. And people are unprotected. So there are some medications out there that can help them stabilize.
Yeah.
And
about a year ago in Austin, I run a boot camp. So I'm out in parking lots by myself. Everyone gets there for like 30 minutes before, and 5:30 in the morning. It's dark. And about a year ago, there was a kid who was walking through, basically naked. He called himself Rainbow. And I thought he was just wasted. I did not realize at the time, like in the moment, that he was manic. And then throughout the workout, he was disrupting the whole workout and literally like pouring water all over this gross concrete and like slurping it up and running around like crazy. And I was driving out, and all of a sudden it just kind of hit me. I asked him, do you have someone that you can call? And I called his family. I didn't answer. And then called him again when I got home. And he was in just a full-blown manic episode. He got picked up. He was taken at the psych ward. I visited him a couple of times. He got released. He went back in. And this happened for like about a month. And he was so focused on he does not want to take drugs. He can heal himself. He can heal himself. And, you know, it almost like broke my heart because I just wanted to be like, Brett, you're bipolar. Like there's nothing that you can't, like it's nothing wrong with you. You need something to help stabilize you a little bit so you can function. And I never really, you know, I was the youngest I was 6 years younger than my oldest sister. She like took care of me as like a, you know, as like a mother type figure. And I had never really seen her real manic episodes. And it all kind of like came together to realize, wow, like this is so important that people really understand the severity if it's not taken care of properly. I mean, actually, I have to write myself a note. Like, I want to write a blog post about that. Just because I just feel like there's so much shame, which I even put on myself sometimes, like, oh, I don't need medication. Like, I don't ever want to take medication again. I don't need it. There's so much about like anti, and just accepting like, this is where I'm at right now. I don't know. Random thought, but I need to write myself a text so I don't forget that post.
As a side note, yes, when I saw that happen to you just now, Sabrina, that happens to me just in terms of writing all the time. I get an idea and I'm like, Allie, just text this to my phone so I don't forget it. Sure.
I was in yoga on Saturday and I had to run out of the class, get a pad of paper and a pen, and I'm sitting there during yoga and I'm supposed to like be like no thoughts, you know, just like jotting down. It's always the most, you know, just most random moments where I just have like kind of moments of inspiration or creativity, and I'll forget it if I don't write it down. So thank you, Mark, for the inspiration, I guess, right?
No, I appreciate it.
CJ is saying that's why he keeps Evernote open on his phone. That's a good point.
Yep, there you go. CJ Fitbase. Hi, CJ.
CJ, do you want to jump in here?
Do you know CJ?
I don't. So, Mark, maybe I might rotate CJ in here if that's
okay. How's my microphone now?
Yeah, CJ, jump in.
Is my mic better now?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it is better.
I finally fixed it.
And Allie, your comment, the almost everyone. Hi, CJ.
Hey, guys.
Everyone has some mental illness. I couldn't agree more with you. CJ, before we actually talk about something that's related to what we were talking about previously, what's the Fitbase? Is that your company or something?
So Fitbase Media is I do marketing and business consulting for gyms and fitness professionals. And then I'm in the process of, we are having our first 3-day fitness conference here in DC in November. So that's, cool. That's my baby right there.
Very cool.
So you're based in DC?
Yeah, right in DC. Actually, I'm home is Virginia, based in DC. The conference is right outside of DC in Maryland. How about you guys?
Nice. I went to undergrad in Maryland, so I like that area.
Where'd you go to school? University of Maryland or someplace else?
I was in Hopkins, so I lived in Baltimore for like 3.5 years, or actually more like 2.5 because I was gone for a little bit.
Gotcha.
But, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
CJ, are you on? Do you Periscope too?
So I was on Periscope for a while. What I basically only found it good for was if I was at some sort of live event and I wanted to like share the experience with people. I never really got into Periscope when it came to really using it for any sort of marketing benefit or communicating with anybody I knew. I could never really get it going where people I knew actually came onto my casts. So yeah, but I think now that I've been on this, I'm probably just going to move everything over to here for when I do live casts.
It's great for live guests, for sure. I mean, this is the first time I've actually done one of these where I scheduled it with a guest with an agenda to do it this way. And I love it for this format. I think it's great. I do love Periscope, though. I like Periscope. Periscope's kind of my baby when it comes to live streaming for our studio. I've connected with so many new people. I don't have a ton of people in my backyard, that necessarily that I know yet because it's not that pervasive. Not everybody even knows what Periscope is. So it's kind of like connecting the dots around the world. But I do love the format. And this is like with Sabrina. This is the first time. Sabrina and I have known each other now for a couple of years, but it's only been through Facebook and chat and stuff like that. This is actually the first time we've ever spoken face to face, and it's with Blab. So
yeah.
So
High five to that.
high five.
Are we on agenda, Doug, by the way?
I guess not really.
We're all over the place.
Agenda, yeah. Agenda
Not really.
just like jump in and see who shows up. I guess it's one step
Yeah,
beyond
fair
that.
enough. I wanted to talk about so CJ, what give me some background as to like why don't take this harshly, why are you here?
Okay.
How did you see, like, how did you find out about this? Like, what's the connection?
So I found Blab. I work out of an office space called WeWork, which is like a co-working space.
Yeah, we work in Austin.
Okay, yeah. And, I saw one of my fellow WeWorkers, somebody who actually I do a lot of evening meetup stuff with, he was doing a cast. And I seen it, posted on Twitter.
Cool.
I clicked on it and it opened Blab right away without me having to log into anything or whatever. And it was just so easy to get onto it. And since then, I've actually, made some relationships with a couple of people, talked with them and brought the conversation beyond it.
CJ, what drew you to this particular Blab? Like what did you see in the headline that
So actually I went to Sabrina's website before I went over to this and saw that she does fitness stuff. And so that's why I jumped on. It's kind of one of the things I look, okay, do I have anything in common with this person before I'm going to jump into a Blab?
And then I invited you to take a FaceTime with us. I do the fitness. I run a boot camp. Mm-hmm. But then I'd also it's like I'm a writer who runs a boot camp. It's kind of this weird, but to me it's all the same because it's all about how can I do things that are enjoyable for myself and then inspire other people at the same time. That there's that common thread of I don't know. I guess after my sister died, it was kind of I want to do everything in my power to feel good. So that's kind of how I live my life. But yeah, no. Boot camp's awesome. I've been up since 5 a.m. today, so yay for that.
I remember those days. I still teach one class a week right now, just to keep my foot in the door. But there was a time where I was teaching 9 classes a day, and that. Oh no,
there's no way. I teach every morning and 2 nights a week. That's it. Mm-hmm. I will get burned out. I need to look forward to doing it. So
I did burn out. And that's actually the funny thing is I burnt out from it, and that's what got me to start Fit-Based Media a couple of years ago, where I got tired of being in the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning and until 9 o'clock at night, and I needed to make my next step, and that next step was to start helping others.
There you go. Very cool.
Very cool.
There's a conversation going on the side here with Lana and Vicky. So being depressed and mental illness. Yeah, I think that can ruffle some feathers a little bit. I don't know if you want my take on that.
We have someone named Screw Loose asking to join the Blab.
Screw Loose.
Let's meet Screw.
Hi, Screw Loose. Is she or he coming on?
Looks like it.
How's it going?
So, hi, Screw Loose. What's your name?
Hey. My name's Luke.
Luke? Hi, Luke.
Hey,
Luke.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's delayed a little bit. I don't know why.
So you have a Screw Loose, Luke?
Yeah, of course. In this society, yeah.
Where are you?
Where do you live?
I'm in Perth, Western Australia.
Uh-huh. Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
All of you's in America?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in Texas, and CJ's in Washington, and Doug's back in Michigan. Maybe there's some other international people. What? Lou, right, or Lucas? I couldn't catch it totally.
Luke.
Luke,
Like Luke.
what do you want to talk about? Do you have any questions for me? Doug, I'm doing your job. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, nothing in particular. I just wanted to get involved, see what was cracking.
There you go. Okay.
Anything you want to ask me? I'm a bit of a guru.
Are you a guru?
What are you a guru in?
Yeah, guru of what?
Many things.
Very nice.
All right, guys, I'm gonna pop out.
Okay. Thanks for dropping in.
Nice to meet you, CJ.
Nice meeting y'all.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
CJ, will you email me, because I'd like to hear what you do with your company.
Yeah, definitely. I will send.
It's on my website, I think, or something.
I will.
Or just go to my website.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll just drop you a direct message on Twitter is usually, I think, the easiest way when it comes to connecting after this. So I followed you on there, so I'll drop you a message on there.
Okay. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Awesome. So we have an open seat if anybody else wants to jump in. We got a few minutes left. We got about 10 minutes left before we got to probably shut down. Anybody else want to jump in? You're welcome. You're welcome to.
Sonia Tate. Hi, Sonia. And Abby and Herbie. I want to.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
I want to click on them, but I'm nervous if I click. It'll look at Luke.
I think if you click, it just brings up their little window and you can see who they are.
Ah, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Lyft driver, mentor, and recruiter.
Jeff is here. It's his first.
Hi, Sonia. Sonia, what school are you at? Full-time college student. Stan Bush. This thing is so interesting.
I know, it's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, circadians. I like that. Jeff Kahn.
It's Jeff's first lab.
I've never heard of this thing. Kelmore Green. Hi, Kelmore. Doug, was there anything else we were supposed to talk about?
I think that was, yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much covered it. I wanted to talk about, from my perspective, I wanted to talk about your writing career and the books that I wanted to bring attention to those so that people can discover them. Mm-hmm. And you know, for anybody that's here, if you go to frameablefaces.com, just the same as our handle, if you just go to frameablefaces.com and do a search for Sabrina on our website. As a matter of fact, Allie, why don't you put up the link to the actual book review? Could you do that? Allie's going to type in a link to the actual book review that I wrote on the blog, and that way people can discover the book and learn more about it. And in the meantime, I also wanted to just give you an opportunity, Sabrina, too, because I've seen your blog. You know, I don't know that most other people here would be aware of or know kind of what you're up to and what you're writing about these days. And so, and I've seen your blog, and I know it's great, and I know your writing is fantastic. So I think it's good for people to connect here, and I wanted to introduce you to some people that would come into the Blab. So if you want to talk a little bit about like what path you're on now with your writing, and also maybe with Periscope too, if you're, you know, where we can find you and where people can connect with you and where you're at now, you know, what you're up to.
Okay, yeah. So I never really thought about blogging until like the past like 7 months. And so then I've been linking it on my website and basically have been inspired just to whatever I want to write about that is within the guidelines allowed for my boot camp work job. You know, talking about relationships with friends or family or funny things that just goes on as a 29-year-old, experiences traveling, things with my dog, whatever the topics. just to kind of write about that. Ideally, I would love to build up enough of an audience that I can be spending more time and energy on the blog, and kind of put myself in situations that I can be writing more about traveling or whatnot, and not be bogged down by, other jobs that are like limited to Austin. It's a pretty broad. It's not like I'm, a mom blogging about, being the mother of 4 kids. It's just, to me, it's anything to do with life and connectedness, in almost like an anecdotal way.
Well, I think, if I can be so bold to say, I think the station that you're at in life allows you to blog about a whole range of experiences right now that, not to like sell you against the mom bloggers or anything like that. But the fact is you don't, you're free right now at this point in your life to kind of travel, do these things, or create or write or teach or do whatever you want. And so I think, and because you have such a strong voice, I think that gives you an opportunity to really share a lot of varied experiences, which makes for an interesting following and an interesting blog. So I think, I think you're in a great position to do that right now. I've enjoyed what I've read, even though I've got 2 teenage kids and I'm not in the same kind of spot as you are, but at the same time, it's a window into that lifestyle, which is kind of cool for me to read. I don't think it only appeals to people that are in the exact same position as you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that I don't think I'd be doing my job, quote unquote, as a writer if people that aren't single, late 20s, female, if that was the only demographic that could connect with my stories. I think it has to be something that even, my dad's friends read, assuming it's appropriate material, that they read and they say, oh, now I understand my daughter more, or yeah, I remember what that was like when I was 25, or whatever the case may be.
When you mentioned something about like restrictions on what you blog about as it relates to your boot camp. Is that something that you put? You're all right down there?
Yeah, right.
There's some kind of.
Yeah, he's just chilling. Luke's just chilling.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
I'm just listening. I'm just spinning out. It's my first time on it. I'm just spinning out on everything.
Oh, cool. Well, Sabrina, you had said something about restricting what you write as it relates to boot camp. Is that something you put on yourself, or is that?
Yeah, I probably see though. That's where I forget that so many people are watching right now. I can't really talk too much about that. Basically, certain topics are a little limited until I'm in a position where enough people are reading my blog that people want to advertise on my blog, so I can support me to be doing that more consistently. So yeah, if you want to read a little bit more off color stuff, then start sending some people to my blog. There's a plug.
There you go. Hey, Screw Loose, I'm gonna open up this seat if you don't mind. Thanks for joining.
For it, bro.
All right.
Thanks for joining.
Cheers.
See you later. Invite your friends to read my blog. There you go. See, that's what I'm supposed to do, right? I can't add the link to the blog for some reason. It's okay, Ellie.
You can't?
No, but you know what? You can.
Oh, I can. Okay.
Who's Tech Blog?
Bloke.
God.
Tech Bloke.
This person is. Founder Tech Bloke. Bloke?
Somebody else wants to jump in.
I do weekly interview Blast where I bring awesome guests from tech, startups, and business space. Interesting.
Tech Bloke.
Let's bring him on.
Jump on in, Tech Bloke.
I don't know. Does he have to ask to join it?
Yeah, and it hasn't.
All these people are adding me.
He hasn't come in yet. Allie, did you just send me the link?
All right.
No, it's frameablefaces.com, but I don't know the whole link off the top of my head.
frameablefaces.com/categories/book-reviews.
What? I'm just going to give him the website.
That's fine.
Did that come in? It didn't come up. It's weird.
Right?
Huh. I'm having trouble adding the link. I'm having trouble adding the link to the comments too. But suffice it to say, it's frameablefaces.com, just like the handle. And you can easily do a search for Sabrina at the blog. If you just click on the blog, because her name is in the blog post, you can do a search for it, or you can just Google it too. You can just Google Frameable Faces Sabrina Must, and that blog post will come up, and then you can read it. Nobody else is asking to come into the. Oh, Steven just put it up. Thanks, Steven.
Thanks, Steven.
FrameableFaces.com. I know Steven. Steven, if you want to jump in for a second, I don't know how much time you have, Sabrina.
Caggiano, is that how you pronounce that? Caggiano?
I think Caggiano.
Am I butchering that?
I think it's Caggiano.
I
don't know how much time you have left, Sabrina, if you want to bring one more person in or not.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay.
Steven, if you want to jump in, or anybody else wants to jump in, jump in. No takers.
No takers. Are we that boring, people?
Nobody's jumping in. Well, we could sign off. I know you said how do you get in? Oh, Jeff, this is Jeff's first blab. He's not sure how to do it. If you're Jeff, if you're looking on your desktop or your mobile, you should be able to just click on that empty seat there and join. You know what? It's okay. With respect to Sabrina's time, I know you had originally said you wanted to try to. I know you got stuff.
I mean, if we can get Jeff on just so we can see how it works, I'm okay with that. Click on the open seat tab.
So Jeff, just click on the open seat and come in. Whatever device, if you're using it on your iPhone or your desktop, once you join in, you should just be right. You'll be right there with the camera, just like you're Skyping or anything else, FaceTime, whatever. Still not seeing it.
Yeah. Oh well.
It's okay. No worries. Oh,
I'm on a tablet. Don't see it. I don't know.
I have not used it on a tablet.
It should just be
But it should be
because it's the same thing as an iPhone.
Yeah, it should be the same thing.
Is he on?
Are you on an iPad, or are you using it like through a different browser on a Droid tablet or something? That might be the problem if that's the case. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Nope.
Samsung Pro.
You might not be able to get in.
It should be on Chrome.
Yeah, you gotta be on Chrome, and even then, I don't know how it works on a Samsung tablet. I don't know. Sorry, Jeff. Well, Sabrina.
That's okay. Jeff, connect with me on, I don't know, my blog or comment or something, or email me.
Follow her on Twitter. This is the same. Her Twitter handle is the same at Sabrina.
Yeah, I need to build up my Twitter. I don't have very many followers. I don't use it very much.
Well,
so.
you know what's interesting, just as a side note, if you start periscoping, because of the way Periscope is integrated with Twitter, if you start periscoping, it will kind of by default, it'll jumpstart your Twitter activity. Because if you set it to go out as a tweet when you broadcast, it'll go out as a tweet with a link in the tweet so that people can click on it and watch your broadcast on a desktop. And then that just kind of jump starts the activity. Yeah,
nice.
You'll be talking to somebody in your broadcast, and maybe if you're broadcasting about something specific and someone wants to take it off to a separate topic that you'd prefer to cover offline, you can tell them direct message me, and because they're using it in concert with their Twitter profile, they'll direct message you. You'll end up following each other. It just kind of happens. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So.
Well, this was great.
It was. Oh, Jeff's in. Jeff figured it out. Hang on.
Did it? Oh, there you
Figured
go.
it out. So let's get him in here. Well,
there we go.
There he is.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're good. So this is your first blab, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I got off a Celtics.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay.
It's my first Blab too, so I'm Doug's more the expert, so to speak.
Okay. Very nice.
That's me. So do you scope as well, Jeff, or
A little bit, not a lot. I've scoped a little bit.
a little bit?
I'm in Missouri, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
Very nice. Were you here for part of the discussion earlier, or?
jumped on. Like I said, it's my first Blab. I thought I'd jump on and say hi.
Glad you did.
Yeah, I know Cynthia. She just said hello. Hey, Cynthia.
Yeah. Hi, Cynthia.
Very cool.
All right.
Thanks for jumping in. It's a really cool.
Where are you located?
I'm in Maryville, Missouri, which is in northwest Missouri. It's just about 16 miles south of the Iowa border.
Okay, nice.
I've been here for 2 years.
Well, welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, good to meet you too. All right. Have a good day, Jeff. Doug, is that it?
Yeah, I think we'll wrap up. So Jeff, I'm gonna shut down your room and kind of wrap this up.
Okay, no problem.
But thanks for jumping in.
Appreciate it.
Okay. So thanks, Sabrina.
You're welcome. That was great. That was fun.
I
Very
enjoyed
like random, and so that was random and fun.
Right? Yeah, it's really. I mean, that's how a lot of these tend to go. I've been on Blabs that have gone a really long time, because you never know who jumps in, and then a conversation goes off. But it's just like a fun hangout. You meet a lot of people here.
Yeah.
And Periscope's the same way. So I'm glad we connected finally.
Yeah, this is great.
And it was really cool. I'm like I said, I'm a fan of all you guys. Your mom has been great to us from the day we met her, and so, I expected that that we would have the same kind of connection with all you guys, because you guys are great.
My mom's great. It's her 61st birthday on tomorrow. Is it the 25th today? Yeah, is it the 25th today?
Tomorrow's her birthday?
Yeah, I think it's the 25th today. I had to look.
Right. Today's the 25th.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's my birthday.
Yeah, she's an old lady.
Yeah, she doesn't look like an old lady.
No, she looks like our dogs, like with her curly hair, but she does not. She is fit as a fiddle.
Yes.
She is fit
Rock
as a fiddle.
solid.
Totally. Totally. There you go, Allie. Woohoo! Happy birthday, Monty, for sure.
All right, so
Okay.
thanks everybody for
All right,
coming.
well, let me know if I can do anything
No,
else.
I think that's it. I'll just shut it down. People can actually continue to chat. It stays open for like 15 minutes after I jump out, but yeah.
I'll stay online if anyone's watching and they want to chat at all. I'll stay on here for a little bit longer, and always feel free to reach out in any way.
Awesome.
So, okay, bye guys. Bye, Allie. Have a good. Bye. It's good to see you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, see you later.
Okay. Bye, guys.